What is going on, guys? DualXBang here, back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a deep dive into the lore of the Maelstrom gang. This one's going to be interesting for y'all, I'm going to be honest, because this gang is comprised of some of the most gross looking dudes I think I've ever seen. To give you guys a sense of what we're getting ourselves into, here's a quote from somebody in the game who was talking about the Maelstrom gang. So our quote says, "One time, a Maelstrom ganger killed a young kid right in front of my eyes, just for shits and giggles." Like, that is wild. Like, we are dealing with some actual purebred Anakins right now, bro. We are dealing with Anakin worshippers right now. Like, whew. So this is gonna be a good one, guys. Other than that, guys, let's dive right into the lore. Alright guys, so a quick overview of the Maelstrom gang before we get into the deeper lore is the Maelstrom gang are obsessed with cyberware and the net, which, if you guys don't know, in Cyberpunk, the net is basically just the internet. Each and every single one of the members in the Maelstrom gang go over and undergo multiple illegal body modifications, with most of the gang teetering on the edge of having cyberpsychosis, and some of them already having cyberpsychosis. And to be honest with you, they don't really care if they have cyberpsychosis. And for you guys wondering what cyberpsychosis is a mental illness, specifically a dissociative order caused by an overload of cybernetic augmentations to the body. Furthermore, those afflicted with cyberpsychosis are known as cyberpsychos, individuals who have existing psychopathic tendencies enhanced by cybernetics. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is the whole Maelstrom gang is a ton of just copycat versions of the Joker mixed with Winter Soldier body parts. That's basically what I'm trying to tell y'all. They're very easily recognizable by their bodies because they legitimately look like the fucking Terminator. Like, what the actual fuck? And then on top of that, guys, Maelstrom's territory is in the industrial part of Watson, and like previously mentioned, they care more about enhancing themselves than about getting cyberpsychosis. So to break that further down, like, they really don't have any care in the world if they go crazy as long as they are enhancing themselves. Alright guys, so let's move on to a little bit of the philosophy and structure surrounding the Maelstrom gang. The gang's obsession to improve themselves through cyberware runs deep, and it's their only real philosophy, to be honest with you guys. Even though everyone else thinks their ideals are insane, they love being on the edge of crazy and almost crave it. They will tend to form in groups of 4 to 5 to protect different areas of their turf. But if they're going for a raid or hit jobs, or if they got any cargo of value they're going after, they could form groups as large as 30 people. Like, guys, be for real. Imagine 30 fucking Terminators coming to hunt you down. I'd be shitting my pants. I'd be done. Now guys, let's move on to some of the sources of income for the Maelstrom gang. Their main sources of income come from smuggling meds and drugs, but they do hit jobs on the side here and there. And guys, the next thing I'm going to show you is absolutely crazy. Get a load of this. Many victims are found dismembered, skinned alive, or drowned in wet concrete. In all honesty, guys, I don't know if the Crips and the Bloods could survive this era of America, bruh. Like, they are fucking skinning people. Do you get that? Skinning people. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? I thought the scavengers we did in the last video were bad. Like, they at least just sell the parts they take off. But like, these motherfuckers are actually skinning people. Again, this just shows that the Maelstrom gang is just absolutely crazy. They do also get income from the Totentons Club and Drink and Riot. Also, some rumors say that they actually get money off the black market, creating very exotic brain dance records. And I mean violent, bizarre, disturbing ones. And for anyone who doesn't know what a brain dance is, it's basically a technology that lets people in Cyberpunk relive experiences. So we see a lot of individuals in Cyberpunk actually see some experiences from their favorite celebrities, or the main thing we see it in is honestly in the clubs, in the strip clubs. That's the main thing people do. So guys, let's now get into some of the history of the Maelstrom gang. So the Maelstrom gang was established in 2013 by a man of the name Hammer. He was Maelstrom's founder and was a part of the former gang Metal Warriors. But the Metal Warriors had a huge gang battle and lost almost all of the members in their gang. So when that gang disbanded, Hammer established Maelstrom. He had a couple of members follow him back from the Metal Warriors. As they kept growing through the early stages of their gang, the gang already had nearly 1/3 of its members registered as cyber psychos. Think about that, 1/3 of their members already. And the rest were on the edge of being cyber psychos. During this time in 2023, the Night City had a holocaust. Yeah, guys, I'm not kidding you. Night City had a holocaust. But during this time, Hammer was killed during the holocaust and was replaced by Crusher, who became the second leader of the Maelstrom gang. And in all honesty, Crusher became a great leader. He actually ended up already establishing Totentons as their base of operations nearly 50 years prior to the events we see in Cyberpunk 2077. And then throughout that time period, really nothing much happened throughout the 2020s and the 2010s other than really Hammer just starting and establishing Maelstrom, and then Crusher really expanding it throughout the late 2020s. Once we get into the 2030s and the 2040s, Warlock, their next leader, may have had the biggest impact yet out of all the gang leaders. He built up the gang even more, making Totentons even more suitable for their hideout, and also growing the size of the gang. He worked with other gangs as well, which is very interesting because none of the leaders before him did that. Which at the time, during the 20s and 30s, was actually, and during that time in the 30s and 40s, it was so crucial because that is where the age of Max Tech came in. And for those who don't know what Max Tech is essentially Cyberpunk's version of a SWAT team, except they're even more ruthless. And their main job is actually to hunt down cyber psychos. And when I mean hunt down, I don't mean capture, I mean like kill. Their only job is to go and kill. If they are brought in, they are going for the kill. Specifically on cyber psychos. The fact that Warlock was able to keep Maelstrom going strong through this time is pretty impressive. He was also able to do this by almost showing to the public that the Maelstrom gang was all crazy cyber psychos that nobody even wanted to come near. So what I mean by that is essentially the whole gang, their philosophy was to try to make everyone think that they were all cyber psychos that went off the edge and are crazy lunatics, basically serial killers. And it made everyone just really scared to go out in public, and not just go out in public, but especially go around their turf. And it was really a smart move by Warlock because then what he was able to do is do long-term planning for the Maelstrom gang to make sure that their tenure and their success would be continuous through the years to come. Through the 2045s and the 2060s, Maelstrom couldn't handle their hideout anymore, so they had to relocate. They built a new Totentons and moved their turf to the Watson district. And now in the 2070s current time for Cyberpunk, Maelstrom is one of the most feared gangs in Night City with probably the biggest turf and the biggest overall land of any of the gangs in Night City. And guys, I wanted to show you this quote because I absolutely think it's so funny. They are considered a violent booster gang who lived their lives by the concept that metal was better than meat. I mean, guys, genuinely think about that. These guys would look at Karen from SpongeBob and be like, yeah, I'd hit that shit. Now, guys, to finish off this lore video, I'm going to talk about, a couple of the more important leaders, mainly in current day Cyberpunk 2027, and that is Royce and Brick. Now, the thing is, I don't really want to talk to them too much because the bottom line is they are in the very start of the game. They're in the mission, the pickup, and for you guys that have played through the mission, you guys know really what the outcomes are of that mission. But for anybody that hasn't yet and hasn't played that mission, I don't want to spoil that outcome because it's actually a pretty interesting part of the story, and I really don't want to spoil that for anyone. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. It was really interesting to dive into the Maelstrom gang and how much committed they are to their philosophies. Even though they're all crazy, they're committed as hell. And I also want to tell you guys, I really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me for the last video. I absolutely love Cyberpunk, and I really wanted to start breaking down some lore in this because I just thought it would be an interesting video idea for you guys. It's because mainly I've played this game so much and I absolutely love this game, and I think there's so much to dive into, and I really could have dove more into the Maelstrom gang. And if you guys want another video on that, I can do that more into the deeper history because I really gave you guys a brief overview of the history of the Maelstrom gang. I went in depth as I could about the whole gang as what they are, but the history of the gang and how they formed and the troubling times they went through. I told you there was a Holocaust in Night City, all the hot zones they went into and they were doing work in. They were doing similar type of tasks as the scavengers did. I talked to you guys about those scavengers in the last video. Check that out if you guys haven't seen that. But if you guys want another video diving deeper into that, I can sure do that for you guys. But again, I just want to say I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. It's meant a lot. I try to respond to every single one of your guys' comments because it means so much to me. After that, guys, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.